Captain Jack Reynolds stared at the holographic display as the alien fleet approached Earth's defensive line. 57 direction warships against humanity's last line of defense. 23 battlecruisers equipped with the experimental hydro weapons. Status report: Jack Bart, his weathered face illuminated by the flickering blue light of the command console. Lieutenant Anna Miller looked up from her station. Hydro weapons charged at 98%, Captain. All systems nominal. The bridge fell silent. Everyone knew what those weapons could do. The Hydro system, officially designated hydrodynamic molecular destabilizers, represented humanity's greatest technological leap forward at its most terrifying creation. By manipulating the molecular bonds of water at quantum levels, the weapons could instantaneously expand any moisture within a target into superheated steam. When fired at a planet with oceans, the results were apocalyptic. When fired at ships containing water reserves and biological entities that were primarily water themselves, well, the directions were about to find out. Admiral Tom Wilson's voice crackled over the comms. All vessels, this is command. You are authorized to deploy hydro weapons once the enemy crosses the lunar defense perimeter. May God forgive us for what we're about to do. Jack had seen the test footage. A small moon, mostly ice, reduced to scattered debris in seconds. The directions had conquered 17 human colony worlds before Earth developed this response. Now humanity would show them why you should never corner a desperate species. Enemy fleet crossing lunar perimeter in 30 seconds. Anna announced, her voice steady despite the sweat beading on her forehead. Jack nodded primly. Target lead vessels and prepare to fire on my mark. The direction ships moved with an eerie precision, their crystalline hulls gleaming in the sunlight. They had never encountered the hydro weapons before. Their confidence was palpable. Mark, Jack commanded. 23 beams of shimmering blue light lanced out from the human fleet. The bridge crew held their breath as the energy strings reached the first row of direction warships. Nothing happened. What the hell? Jack leaned forward. Report. Engineer Mike Taylor's voice was frantic over the intercom. Captain, the weapons fired, but they're not functioning correctly. Energy discharge is at only 12% of expected output. The direction ships continued their advance, seemingly undamaged. Recharge and fire again, Jack ordered. The blue beam shot out once more. And this time something unprecedented happened. Instead of affecting the enemy vessels, the hydro weapons' energy wavered and bent back toward the human fleet. Systems malfunction. The targeting arrays are inverting, Mike shouted. Before anyone could react, the nearest human cruiser, the HSS Defiant, began to bulge outward. Its hull plates warped and split as the moisture inside the ship expanded uncontrollably. In seconds, the vessel burst apart in a cloud of steam and debris. Shut it down, Jack yelled. Shut down all hydro systems immediately. But it was too late. Throughout the fleet, the weapons were malfunctioning catastrophically. 3 more human ships detonated as their own technology turned against them. The direction advance halted, their ships hovering at a distance, seemingly confused by the human fleet's self-destruction. We're getting a transmission from the enemy flagship, Anna said, her voice shaking. The main screen flickered to life, showing a Drexian commander. The aliens' translucent blue skin rippled with bioluminescent patterns, their form of speech, which the translation software converted to audio. Human vessels, we observe your weapons failure. We have studied your hydro technology since your first deployment. Did you not realize the fundamental flaw? Jack's jaw tightened. What flaw? The Drexian's skin pulsed. Water exists in balance. Force it too far out of balance, and it seeks equilibrium. Your weapons create an imbalance so severe that quantum entanglement reverses the effect back to the source. We merely added catalyst to accelerate what was inevitable. Mike's voice came over the comms again. Captain, he's right. The quantum matrices are collapsing inward. Every ship that fired is at risk. Can we fix it? Jack demanded. Not in time, Mike replied grimly. Jack made a split-second decision. All ships, abandoned vessels, hit to escape pods immediately. As klaxons blared throughout the fleet, the direction commander spoke again. We will permit your escape pods to land on your moon base. We have no desire to exterminate your species, only to end this conflict. Your hydro weapons represent an abomination against the natural order. Water is life, not a weapon. Over the next hour, Jack watched from an escape pod as the human fleet's flagship erupted in a massive explosion. The hydro weapons had claimed their creators instead of their targets. 6 months later, Jack sat across from the same direction commander in the Lunar Peace Conference room. The treaty is fair, the alien stated, its skin rippling gently. All hydro weapon research will be abandoned. In exchange, we withdraw from human colony worlds and establish trade agreements. Jack nodded slowly. We created those weapons because we were afraid. We thought superior firepower was our only chance. Fear is universal, the direction responded. So is wisdom eventually. As Jack signed the treaty, he reflected on how humanity's most terrifying weapon had malfunctioned in the most fortunate way possible. The war had ended not with humanity's technological triumph, but with a humbling lesson about the fundamental forces of nature they had tried to harness. Sometimes, Jack thought, the universe itself intervenes when a species steps too far. Water, the basis of all known life, had refused to become the ultimate destroyer. And in that refusal, both species had found a path to coexistence instead of mutual annihilation. The hydro weapons were dismantled, their components repurposed for joint direction human terraforming projects. The weapons everyone had feared had malfunctioned spectacularly, and in doing so, had saved both civilizations from themselves.